What's up, you guys? Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill here. What's good with y'all selves? Hope you guys can hear us. It's all geezy for sheezy, my kneesy. It's your boy Ed, aka Sip, and my partner over here, Miss Kimmy Kim.
What's up, y'all? AKA Spill.
What's good with y'all? So, how you feeling today?
I'm all right
All
today.
right, all
Today,
right.
downtown, beautiful Chicago area, guys. This is our hometown. So it's nice to be here. How are
Right.
you feeling?
I'm feeling fair for a square, but I can't compare. You won't be able to compare me anywhere. That's a Dr. Seuss bars. And I made that up. It's not actually in a Dr. Seuss book, but it's in the Ed's version of Dr. Seuss books. So this weekend has been pretty dope. We had a couple of great interviews. We got another good interview going out tomorrow. We're putting out there that I want to promote. And we did one that came out today. My boy Elder Kevin Vassa. If you guys get a chance to check it out, go look at the Sip and Spill page on Facebook, YouTube, and well, it's not on Instagram, but Facebook and YouTube, and see the interview. He's got his album or his actually concert recording, live recording is on tomorrow. It's going to be dope. So we had a great weekend. We went to see the I think it's in I forgot the name of the fashion show at the where were we at today?
Yes, called, well, it's some type of vibe, but we was at Godfrey. Godfrey had a boutique fashion show from different people that was out of Orlando, as well as other cities, and they was just happened to be at the Godfrey, which was awesome. It was a beautiful, beautiful album for us.
It was
It was
very, very good.
nice.
We had a really good
Sipping
time.
spills, yeah.
So we had a great thing. We had a few places to go, nice little new interviews to do. We had a poll on a couple of our. I'll make sure we on here. Okay, make sure we did. We had a poll we did on our Facebook page. If you guys are not subscribed on the Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, Facebook at Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill on Facebook, and we have a Facebook group, and we get to talk about all the topics, and we welcome our new members, and we get to hear from you guys what your perspectives are, what you would like to hear us cover, what you'd like to hear us do, and we will really, really, we actually chime in on that.
Right.
Uh, and welcome to Power 104.9 WSTV, Atlanta, Jonesboro, Georgia, guys. What's good? We in the house, sipping spill, getting it cracking. And
What's
listen,
up, ATL?
what's up, ATL? We're getting it cracking, guys. We appreciate you guys. If you guys heard our live show, it was a little off the rails. We had some great time
In
doing that
Washington.
in Washington. It was great. Let's do our traditional. There we go. This looks like it's water, but it's actually a nice rosé, really clear rosé. Yeah, it's nice. It's real smooth. So today we're gonna have a lot of great fun. We're gonna get to sipping, and we're gonna get to tipping, we're gonna get to spilling, and we're gonna get it cracking. Every week, we always like to admonish the people that follow us and give a props and flowers to the people that support us, that give us love, and that tell us we're doing a great job, and or who tell us, we need to step it up here and there, make some corrections, make some tweaks and stuff like that. We are a growing group. We are a growing entity, Sip and Spill, and we're growing and we're evolving. And so we want to give you thanks and appreciation for people that follow us, that subscribe to us on all of our media platforms. All you guys at ATL uh, area, Jonesboro, we really appreciate you guys for Power 104.9 WSTV. We appreciate the listeners. And if you follow us on Instagram, what's our Instagram?
It's Sip and Spill 2022.
And then our Facebook, if you can give them our
Our Facebook is Mitchell and Mitchell, Sip and Spill, and our Sip and Spill group is Sip and Spill,
right. And then you obviously we're on YouTube. Hello
which is
YouTube.
under Mitchell and Mitchell, Sip and Spill.
So if you're not on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube, you can get a lot of our content. Some stuff is a lot more unedited. Well, actually unedited versions of that. And then we're also on TikTok. Kimmy Kim will break those down. She's my memory bank for all those things. So how are you guys doing today? We want to hear from you guys. We want to know if you guys doing all good. Today it's gonna be a great topic. And today I'm gonna do I got a surprise I want to bring out. I'm gonna bring out an artist that's related to us, and I want to make sure see what you guys think about that. I want to put him on air from the Shy City, baby, and we're gonna bring that out. And listen, if you got some music and you got some things you want to advertise on our show, hit us up in our email at Mitchell&Mitchell22 at Gmail. And that's Mitchell with Mitchell and A-N, not A-N-D, and Mitchell22 at gmail.com, and send us your email. Send us the information you want us to advertise. We need it all filled out, all the information, all the details, and we will get back to you as far as how the procedure is to go ahead and advertise on our show. We're about how many listeners we get weekly now?
Ooh, I think that number, I'm not sure exactly how many listeners. From my understanding, it was over 70,000 listeners. Come on the radio show.
Right.
Yeah.
So over here,
Yep.
right here in Power 104.9, we get over 70,000 viewers, listeners on Saturdays. And so if you want to advertise, hit us up. We'll get you in the loop so you can get your business going. If you got music, got clothing line, you got a restaurant, food, trucks, whatever your thing is, let us know. And we will do our best to get you out there. We support our black businesses. We support business in general. We definitely support our black businesses. So what are we going on today, Kimmy Kim? What we got going? What are we talking about today? We got to get it lit and cracking.
So our week, I want to just point out that here in Chicago, starting this week, Thursday, begins our cigar week, and with that, Sip and Spill will also be having our big party that I would like to say that we're inviting all fans out, and everybody just want to meet and greet and get to know us and get to know one another that's with the group. Sometimes people just be and they watching you and they listening to you, but you actually can be in the place where you can actually see our face. And so we definitely want to point that out. We will be at the Drake Oak Brook, Illinois, and that will be on Saturday, July the 23rd and July 24th. However, with Cigar Week, there will be cigar sundresses and mimosas. They're having that event at the Drake as well. And we're going to be there. If you want tickets for that, you have to go in Eventbrite under Cigar Week and you'll be able to be there. However, we're there. It's going to be lit regardless. And for everybody to want to come out and wear a sundress, want you to be able to have a cigar, you'll be able to do that just where we at. So we're in the building. We're just going to put it out there. For our ATL, we don't know if you'll be in the Chicago area. If you're coming this way, you definitely can come and meet Sip and Spill live. Again, we will be July 23rd and July 24th at Oak Brook at the Drake Hotel.
Good, right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
7 p.m. and Sunday 12 to 4.
Good. So listen, guys, Power 104.9 WSCV, guys, listen, all of you guys out there, we want you to make sure that you do what you can to support one another in each business that's out there. We got some new restaurants that's opened up in the area. I've really wanted to go, and one of the ones that I've been talking about going to see is Slutty Vegan. I have not been able to see that restaurant. Everybody's popping for that. But there's a new vegan restaurant that's out there, and you'll hear us advertise on the air here today and throughout the show. So try it. Have you tried vegan? Have you tried any vegan cooking?
I have not. So I am going to wait. Y'all kind of heard us speak about Slutty Vegan before. So we're definitely going to go there because we know it's on and popping in ATL. And that is definitely, I would say, our second home. So we would definitely be there. We'll be checking them out. But I just wanted to kind of piggyback off you a little bit, Ed, when you said about advertising.
Mm-hmm.
We love to support our peoples with what you want to do. And even an up and coming business, you want to get it out there. We got enough listeners that people will watch and listen to you and hear about your business. We're here for it. Make sure you contact us on any one of our platforms. We'll be more than happy to go over with you how it can work for you, but it's worth it. So if you're trying to get that notoriety out there, just like we started, we are definitely a testimony to where you can get started and where you can go. So just try it. So just hit us up.
Good. So today's gonna be an interesting show. We're gonna go there as we always do.
Always.
If you saw our last week's show, we really went there. And then forgive us, so we had a couple little technical difficulties, and we've got those. I think we've got those cleared up now. But that happens in the show a lot of times, and it's not to make an excuse. A lot of times we are working on our own production. We do within ourselves, and Kimmy and I rely on ourselves for production. We have now outsourced help for editing, which is great. But if you know anybody that understands any type of video editing or producing or anything like that, we appreciate that. Video and audio editing. We appreciate you guys. So what we talking about, Kimmy Kim? Break it down for your boy.
So today we're talking about value, validation, and do you value yourself? So a lot of people ask that question maybe to themselves or to someone else. But have you ever asked yourself that question, Ed? Like, do you value yourself? Is it someone you can say, like, that's not a normal conversation. Like, that's not something you just bring up to somebody and say, I value you. Never look at it like that.
You asking me, do I value myself?
Right. Do you value yourself enough? You ever just looked at someone and say, I value you?
Mm, it takes a while. For men, it's kind of funny because we take a while for us to kind of
Mm-hmm.
be cognizant of certain things, or to even care about certain things, to have a emotional maturity to even try. So
Mm.
it took me a while to get to the point of understanding value or even valuing other people. By delusion, though, as a man, the kind of man that I am, I always thought I was this dude anyway. So within that, I felt that I had value to people around me. But did I respect or understand the value of the others that were around me? Like, did I value them and did I look at them and say, dang, y'all really bring something to the table. Damn, y'all really are not just bringing something to the table, y'all are really dope. Y'all are very beneficial. And if it wasn't for you guys or you or whomever, I wouldn't be in this position. So it took me a while to do that. I now do that. I have to be more conscious of trying to do it more, but
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't by default done that. But I do for myself. I'm thinking like, yeah, I know I'm that ish. I'm that engine, that ninja, as you would say. And so for me, I would do that as far as value. Relationship wise, though, it could be a little bit different. As far as romantic relationship, I guess I think I do come thinking that I have some sort of value. I think I don't come into relationships in general, whether it be romantic or platonic or relations with male friends or whomever or new business relations. I think that I feel that I try to come into the relationship with empty handed. I usually come bearing gifts or I have I'm an asset in some sort of way. So that's how I would gauge it. I don't know.
Oh,
That's what you're asking about.
okay, so the man who does not value himself cannot value anything or anyone. And my take on being valued as well as valuing oneself starts with taking a look at yourself.
Mm,
Because, we say on the show a lot, Ed, that, I want to be celebrated, not tolerated, or I
fact.
go where I'm celebrated and not tolerated.
Facts.
And I think um, sometimes things can just be said. They can be a way that we just look at it. But when you really take it in context and think about how you can apply that word value to other people and how you show up to other people and how they show up to you, something as simple as you stated, how you show up as a person in a relationship. There's value in how you show up as a son. There's
Mm,
value as I show up as a daughter. There's value how you show up as a mother, a father, a friend. So it's all those different facets because we are a lot of things. We wear multiple hats. And I sometimes just stop and think about what exactly is your value can definitely deviate you. It's like you would miss all different types of storms and tornadoes that come your way if you just stop and think about that. Because we get lost, we messed up. I can give y'all a perfect example. Being on Power 104.9 is a true blessing to us. We want to definitely bring it to y'all every Saturday. We here for it. The bad, the good, the ugly, we gonna take it. And we want to do our best. And sometimes, being on the radio, you have to be conscious of how you talk and what you say. And y'all know Kimmy Kim is authentically herself. So I can tell you that just as Ed was saying, we're starting where we were and where we at. It's I think we've said it enough. And for our new listeners, for ATL, where we were, I used to say we in the basement, we in the garage. And now we're here on the radio. So we want you guys to know that, it's not where you start, it's how you finish.
mm.
So we have had a lot of challenges. We are our own production team. And there's more challenges to come. We would never sit and say that there isn't. But the way we value the show, it matters.
Facts.
It shows up in how you show up and how we treat the show, how committed we are, how we care about your feedback. All that matters. And I think that kind of determines the success you can have in things that you want because success just don't come to you. You go to it if you want it. So there's value in how you look at things and how you treat things and what matters to you. A lot of times I feel like the world today is more angrier, more upset for a lot of things. People have lost loved ones. So many different tragics have happened. And it's to the point to where it's like the hope, the actual idea of anything being great before it can be good is already like a mindset. And I'm quick to say, hey, you change your mindset, you'll change your life. So I don't mind getting down or upset or feeling indifferent about certain things. but I can't stay there. See, I knew that even after that happened, I got to do this. That's what I do know. And if it matters to you, if you value it, then you that's going to show in how you do and how you talk and how you represent yourself. I would say, I say this, my partner to me is very hard on how I might speak. But I'm going to tell you, you know why? If he didn't value the way I'm speaking to you guys and our show and how we show up all the time, he wouldn't be able to say that to me. I'm very hard on him about this is how we have to make sure we do certain things in the show. So if I say this, what we're gonna do. Okay, wait. I say that, and I'm hard on him with that because I value what he brings to the table. I value how we show up in the show. So this just showing you guys is something as simple as a business partnership. It goes a long way when you show value in it. Wouldn't you say?
I would say I have to 100% agree with that. Understanding, showing value, and then expressing, you know, expressing appreciation of the value that that person brings to you. You know, a lot of people don't really take the time to say, "Yo, I thank you." You know, I appreciate what you do, and they really mean it. I think there's ways of saying things to some people where they actually feel what you're saying. Like, be 100 with it. Like, you know, really tell them how you feel and express it, and then show. You know, like
Yes.
show the appreciation of their value to you by like showing up too. Like, you know, again on the show, if somebody or whatever you're doing together as a business or as a whatever you're doing as a group or a family, and somebody is like you value what they're saying and what they're doing, and then you show them that you appreciate it by bringing your ass to the table and doing the same thing, coming to the table and saying what you need to do, doing your part or whatever. Yeah, I said the A word. We could say that, uh, but bring your butt to the table. That shows them value. That shows them that you care too, and people respect that. Like you showing up too. Bring your ass in here, show up, do what you need to do, and do your part, and let them feel that you're there with them. Let them know that you're a part of the team, that you are putting in just as much as work, and you're just as committed. And so that's me, you know.
So, I write down things that I think about, and I was just really been thinking this week about value and just saying things like what you're saying about just showing appreciation. A lot of times people don't appreciate people until they're gone.
Wow.
You show up at funerals, and I love that person. I remember last time when I saw John Boyd, we was at the corner store and we was just tripping. I remember John, I remember when I saw Lisa, we was blah, blah, blah. But how many times before that person passed that you actually really got with them and told them that you value them, you love them, or you sorry? Most of the time, people leave this world, you don't even finish something you started in that type of conversation because you mad or you angry. That's what I'm saying. The anger keeps us from growing, keeps us from appreciating things and things that actually are of value. Everything don't show up. I thank God, Ed, that some things that I wanted, that I thought that was great and that were paying, I'm glad that they never showed up the way I saw, because God see things that we don't see. He see hear conversations we don't hear. And I just feel like you don't know that until it actually happens. And then you go, But if you don't do what I like to talk about all the time, which is doing an inventory check of who you are, and where you're going, you just stay stuck. You don't grow, which is an acronym that I like to use, is you need to get rid of those old ways.
Mm.
And you just get stuck there. And you don't think you are. You telling everybody, I'm good. I'm good. I ain't even worried about it. You break up with your person and you like, I'm good. I ain't worried about this and that. No. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody don't want to show vulnerability to everybody. And I would not even suggest that.
Right.
Because that gives that power to another person.
Right.
But at the same time, you still got to keep it 100 with yourself.
Right. Thanks.
When I'm talking to myself, because I talk to myself, and I'm going to tell you why. Because when you see me by myself, you see my team. And at the end of the day, you got to believe in who you are. But
Right.
it took a lot. Ed and I, we were talking, and I'm going to say a mutual friend, and just having a conversation as we always do. Our friendship is, pretty much on lock. We have the type of friendship we can talk to each other and tell each other the real. And, we get different feedbacks from different things about our show and things are said. And I am projected to be a woman of aggression. I'm projected to be a woman of being hard. And I don't have this and I don't feel that. And, Kim just comes so strong. And, my partner, if someone coming to him, He's trying to explain that. Kim been through some things, blah, blah, blah. Well, I just want to go ahead and take that wheel from him, and I appreciate that. But I don't do no explanation. Like y'all come and people say different things. When you're on this type of platform, people are going to say things. And I'm okay with that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here because we can't do that if we can't take the feedback. So we're not running from anything. That's like I said last time. You'll hear me say a lot on my shows. But I do want to say this to a lot of strong women that I know that I say that, or they're called aggressive, they're called assertive, they're called like I can't do it. My accountability, and I like to call the 3 A's, being accountable, aggressive, and assertive. That's me wrapped up, my 3 A's of who I am. That's where I was, where I'm at, and where I'm going.
Hmm.
And you got to be in those three things. You have to be assertive, aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Because that only shows up just for you, not for nobody else. So I get the, like the pushback, Ed, or the fallback. I'm that, she this, she that, this and that. But really, I'm not even gonna say I'm not this person. If you're blessed enough to be in my space, then you would know that um the things that I bring to the table, that I say that I value within myself, a lot of people don't have just on my baby finger. You don't have that. You might have somebody around you that's fake. But with me, you ain't never got to worry about that because I'm going to be 100% accountable for who I am and what you do. And if that bothers you about any type of strong, aggressive, or assertive person, period, even in a man, then that problem is not on me. That's on you. Because that's the way you should be. You shouldn't want anyone in your circle around you that won't tell you the truth, won't hold you accountable for things you said and ways you behave. You shouldn't want that. That's not, you're never gonna grow that way. And what they there for? If they still doing the same old thing, what they there for? You know what I mean? If they can't, if you still the same way you are today, July 16th, okay, if you still, or July 23rd, for one of my ATL people. So when you see this or you hear this, if you're still the same exactly a year later, then you stuck, because you should not be the same. None of us should be the same a year later. That's just no value in that,
There's no
which is
growth and no
growth.
evolving. We always talk
Right.
about growing and evolving. We
Absolutely.
always talked about that.
Remember, you can't reach what's in front of you until you let go what's behind you.
Hmm.
And a lot of times we do this. We keep reaching back, or we keep holding on because for the very fear of what to look for ahead of us, we don't even want to go there. We too busy worried about what we lost back there.
Mhm.
But if you turn around and say, man, God brought me through that. He brought me through this. I remember when I was about this. I remember when times in your life you experienced Ed being sick, not feeling good, or going through something, in your life. Everybody's had these experiences going, you thought it would never end. But everything is temporary. It don't stay that way. You just got to grow through it to get to it. That's where the evolvement come in. And I truly believe it starts with value. Let me hear what you got to say.
Oh, I mean, I agree with that. I don't. Again, I go into the point of making sure I'm more conscious of making sure I let people know that I value them and I show value and I present value. So I'm with that. When you talk about like people don't want to, they're afraid, they're constantly reaching back. I think that goes along with that fear of success. And fear of success is progression. Fear of success is not really being fearful of success, but not really thinking it's for you. And so when there's something that's different, when change is basically inevitable and things that you are used to is changing, is no longer there, it is very scary. So that's why you reach back. You want to get back to that comfortability level. You want to get back to that comfort, and we want to dismantle or dismiss that fear of success, because once as you're growing, that's a part of success. You need failures, you need ups and downs to get better, to grow, and you need to reach forward to what's for you in the future. And don't be afraid that it may not happen for you.
Right.
That's why you don't want to do it. It's like I'm afraid that this may not actually happen. I may not even this is it's not necessarily the fear of success, it's the doubt that it can actually happen for you. And then you do that and then you reach back, you regress, whatever. And we have to be cognizant of that. And another thing too, Kimmy, is it's important that everybody put some dope people around you, like some straight up people are gonna tell you some stuff that it's gonna be hard to hear, and that's gonna help you to keep moving forward and not reaching back. And then that's when you got value. Like it's this maybe those weird moments and stuff. And sometimes it's those moments that everybody think things are gonna happen at a certain time, like when you're ready and you're mentally prepared or financial. It never happens like that. It always happens when you're not necessarily consciously ready. And those people at those moments when they tell you, "Yo, you tripping," or "You need to do this better," and you might be like, "Wow, this that moment. This happening right now. This that season," and you respect them and you understand, like, dang, they got that value. But you guys just tuning in. We are Power 104.9 WSCV. This is Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill. It's your boy Ed, aka Sip, and my girl Kimmy Kim, aka Spill, on your YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and your airways. Y'all, what's up with yourselves? We're coming in a little bit on the smooth tip because we get started with our day. We had a great weekend of a lot of interviews and great things are happening, going out there and doing our other things. So, guys, we are coming in real smooth. And you hear it. Sometimes we on 12, sometimes we on 3, sometimes we on 4, sometimes we all over the place, baby. But today we are coming in because next week's gonna be a very, very great week. Every week we do a show is a great week. Don't get it twisted, baby. Please don't get it twisted. But if you guys just tuning in, we're talking about I guess
we're talking about value and being valued, and do you value yourself?
Right. You value yourself, and are you valued by people? Do you value yourself? That's a weird thing, though. When you say, "Do you value yourself?" Some people may look at it as like I'm being cocky or whatever. Like I'm thinking I'm all that. When you say value yourself, how would you describe a person, like in layman's terms, in a straight up regular way? What do I do to actually show myself that I'm valued, that I feel valued with myself?
The number one thing is that you stop putting up with things that you know that's going to hurt you, even in silence.
Wow.
Because
like people or like
people, places, the most pain that we receive is self-inflicted.
Wow.
That's hard to accept. See, our brains we don't want to do change. Wow. It's hard. We don't want that. Even that thing that you just said earlier when you said about, the reason why they keep looking back because, it's hard for the change and being unfamiliar. So they try to go back to get where they're comfortable. But just think, at one point that was uncomfortable too. You made it comfortable. So in order for you to reach the goals and the things that you want in your life, you got to get uncomfortable. And you don't need to stay complacent. You don't need to act like, sometimes I've been told, I have a dramatic way of like if things, like, okay, it's just calm down. I know some women, y'all don't like to hear that. I know I don't. But my reaction comes from a place of that I'm never comfortable, complacent in any type of relationship. There's a job, a relationship, as a mother, as a daughter, I'm never comfortable. Or when something happened, I'm like, I don't just be like, I got this in the bag. Being a go-getter, who I am constantly in search, constantly wanting and desiring the knowledge to make everything and anything better, even me, starting with me. Because the way I show up to the world, man, thank God I don't look like what I've been through.
Who said that? How you know? I'll just mess with you.
I know.
This is the stuff that we do. Kim, I can only say it to her. But yeah, so that's really, and we really want to hone in on that and go into deeper. That a lot of times I don't think we have those type of Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill. We're here for those type of conversations. So we do ratchet. Don't get it twisted. We do ratchet. If you heard us last week or earlier today, we gonna go ratchet. We go very, very deep. We do very spiritual. We go every different direction we can. These are conversations we have about stuff. It's simple as valuing yourself. What does that really mean? Sometimes it takes time. It's important to take time to actually say, okay, who am I? Who do I mean? Because some people that causes a lot of depression too. They're like, well, I ain't worth it, or I don't feel like nobody cares that I'm here if I'm alive or dead. And those are people get into those depressions. And
well, see, they was already depressed.
Okay, but so, but what I'm saying is that I'm saying that get out of that. I know you're already depressed, so that's part of the thing. You feed yourself, and you tell yourself you have value. Remind yourself you're already depressed. We got that. So now, why are you depressed? Get yourself out of it. Encourage yourself. There's a song that I forgot the Tri-City Choir, I forgot the Donald Lawrence, and said, encourage yourself. And sometimes you got to tell yourself that you are valued. And that's part of the depression. You are that you are worth somebody somewhere loves you and think the world of you and want you around, and you mean everything to them, and you being in their existence mean everything. Okay, guys, Power 104.9. We're gonna take a break, guys. We'll be back, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about validation. We're gonna talk about validating yourself, your friends, your family, the whole nine. Kimmy Kim gonna break it down as she always do, guys. We'll holler back at you real soon. Put on a song for my nephew, Mr. John Woods. That's my surprise for the day. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get this. We'll be talking about you real soon, guys.
You know, all these other niggas was the reason for you to find me. You can't deny it was perfect timing. Maybe the stars finally aligning. No, you can't lie, it was destiny. I got you open up, you let me see it. Girl, you tryna get closer. Yeah, you tryna get closer to you. Pull up on me. Know I got it for you when you want it. Know how you like it when I hit it in the morning. Reciprocated energy, don't rush it, just trust it. Girl, you tryna get closer.
See this wrong side, shut it.
Girl, I wanna get closer to you.
You see this room, stop study. Your last nigga failed you cause he loved you on a budget. See you mad still, girl, this a one-on-one discussion. Matter of fact, how you get in here? You imagine living here. You want me to put it in? Let me see if I can fit in here. You know I work with something special. Perfect timing when I met you. Send you on a shopping spree. Let's just go have fun with that. We just like the sneaky link. They won't know what we done it at. Yeah, you know the vibes, know the ties over here. Ain't no lies over here. Anything you need is supplied over here. Let me get a minute, take your time over here. You looking fine up in here. You tryna shine up in here.
Maybe the stars finally aligning. You can't deny it was perfect timing. You know, all these other niggas was the reason for you to find me. No, you can't lie, it was destiny. I got you open up, you let me see it. Girl, you tryna get closer. Yeah, you tryna get closer to you. Pull up on me. Know I got it for you when you want it. Know how you like it when I hit it in the morning. Reciprocated energy, don't rush it, just trust it. Girl, you tryna get closer. Girl, I wanna get closer to you.
We are back. We are back. We are back. We're getting this thing out of here. We working. Like I said, we're in the young basement. That right there is my nephew John Woods out of the Shy. John Woods. That's his song. You guys follow him on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. John Woods. That was the song Closer, y'all. We trying to promote our people from out the Shy and from Atlanta, ATL, all over the place, guys. If you're tuning in right now, guys, Power 104.9 WSTV. It's your boy Ed and Kimmy Kim from
What's
the
up, y'all?
famous Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill. We about to get it cracking, baby. What's good with y'all sales? We like to come in real smooth, come in real hot, real smooth, as we always do. Listen, we always have a great time, and sometimes I'm a person, I'm going to be honest with you. I come with a lot of fire. Sometimes I come on 12, and a lot of times it be a lot. And I don't know if y'all ready for this, Eddie. But today, y'all need to go ahead and be ready for this Ebby and get on down with this Miss Kimmy Kim. Well, Kimmy Jim's finna come on with the come on, Kimmy Kim. What we talking about right now, baby?
We talking about validation.
Bam.
And just when we was just before we were ending, you were literally saying about how people can become depressed based on the fact of just omitting to themselves that, I'm sad and I'm up down because of this and because somebody said this about me and somebody did this and that. And it's easier said than done. Mental illness is a real thing. It's easier said than done. I can sit here and tell you all day, and Ed can too, and throw things at you, but only you're feeling that. Only you're feeling that. And so that's why I said a lot of pain comes from self-infliction. Because if you change your mindset, you truly do change your life. So it's like, what's the tool to do that? It starts with validation. You don't have to defend or explain your decisions to anyone. It's your life. Live it without apologies. People know your name, not your story. They've heard what you've done, but not what you've been through. So take their opinions of you with a grain of salt. In the end, it's not what others think of you, but what you feel about yourself that counts.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Ed, that there's nothing more rare nor more beautiful than a woman being unapologetically herself and a man, comfortable in his or her perfect imperfection. To me, that is the true essence of beauty. A lot of times I've been told about love the fact that you're being yourself. Reason why I don't want to be or show up in any other capacity or form of any type of anyone else. I can be inspired. I can be encouraged. There's a lot of women I would name that I think I'm inspired by and encouraged by. But being myself and being able to face my truth is what helps me to grow. So I would say you remember to take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup.
Wow. Bars.
So it starts. I was just told that I don't drink enough water, y'all. And I'm thinking like, I do what I do. But the reason why I don't like to talk about nobody else, that's why I don't mind. I get in front of my own narrative and I talk about what's going on with me. So how like sometimes you just be going, you working and you just, man, I ain't ate all day. Don't do that. You need to eat. You need to drink. You are important because it's a lot of people that is depending on my survival of this life. Especially if you're a mother, bless you, like myself, bless you. I'm a mother and I need to show up. You know what I'm saying? I need to be there, but it starts with me. Mm-hmm. So something as simple as drinking water, it'd be the simple task. Like, something bothers you on the inside, you don't go check it out. Mm-hmm. I've been very open with you guys. My most vulnerable moment, April 3rd, you guys know that, I came from a place as Ed and I sitting here now without the ability to even move the left side of my body. And it was just still to this day. It's just, I've come, I would say full circle. God has shown me and opened up a lot of doors, but that was because I was open-minded to receive it. Instead of just being wow, why this happened to me? And don't being all angry and all that. That don't really get you anywhere. So validation starts with yourself. I think you should never invest too much time and energy into someone who treats you like you're ordinary either.
Wow.
So those hard things that might come off as hard or harsh to hear is because they facts. And I think a lot of times I'm judged on the way I hold you accountable. And I'm okay with that. Because I'm going to always hold people accountable. Why? Because it makes you a better you. And then if I got to deal with you, then you need to be accountable.
Is there a thin line when it comes to holding someone accountable, being truthful with somebody? Is it actually your place to do it? Some people may question, like, well, is it your place to tell me I didn't ask you to do this? I don't know. Is there a thin line there? Is it your responsibility to make sure you hold whomever accountable if they didn't ask you? Would you think, is that even a thing?
I don't think it's a thing. I think I tell anybody that want me to, if they want to share something with me, I always say, just because you know something about somebody, holding somebody accountable, don't mean you got to be all nasty and harsh in the way you talk. Okay. You don't got to do all that. You can still hold somebody with class, okay, accountable. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking to you nasty. Everybody just feel like you got to be called people out their names, or you know what I'm saying. I think you should first listen to whatever this is. That's the number one thing. I listen, even though you're like, oh, I just want to talk. I want to talk. You know, sometimes Ed and I both be on the show. I be going. He want to say something. I keep talking, or I fall back. He talking. I want to say something. But in the end, the passion where it's coming from is we both pouring into. You see what I'm saying? That cup. But sometimes you do got to be like, you know, I'm gonna fall back. I got your black, as y'all hear us say a lot. So I'm gonna let you do that. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think it's even take. It's the platform that you create that'll be able to say if it's your place or not. So am I just gonna be the type of person in your life where I'm a placeholder, or I'm gonna take my rightful place in your life and say, listen, I mess with you the long way, as Ed would say. And when he means that, the long way, that means the bad, the good, the ugly, and the indifferent. Oh, I got your back, your front, and your peripheral. If you on that type of level, then you are not a good person to the person that you say is your friend, lover, man, or woman, or wife, or spouse, in any kind of capacity, if you don't hold them accountable. So you just got them in these streets looking to up. I think that's the worst thing, Ed, that anybody can do in any type of relationship. So you just know I'm out here crazy. You seeing it, you ha-haing with the people, but you ain't telling me, and you supposed to be my boy.
This one thing I don't agree with this particular thing. And I know what you're saying, but when I think about people being accountable, like they know you. I hate to hear. To me, it's like a turncoat, where they see you doing things they don't necessarily agree with, but they reap the benefits of it. Then when stuff comes to a head, then they tell you, "Oh, I know you shouldn't have been doing that."
Now that's
That was
called
terrible.
plain selfish.
That's to me is like, oh, now hindsight is 2020. You see that what was going on was whack, and now I'm gonna hold you accountable. You were wrong all this time. You should have been doing that. You should have stopped doing that. I didn't agree with that none of that time. That right there, holding somebody accountable at the time that they are now held accountable or in trouble for it or being punished for it, and then tell them like, aha, I knew you were wrong, and try to disassociate yourself from them because of that, or try to really throw it in their face. I think that's whack as hell, bro. Real talk. Like, person that does that type of thing, they want to, like, when you down, they want to show you improve or just be a part of the pile on. Like, holding somebody accountable shouldn't be like after the thing is jacked up and blew up in their face, because people say that too. Like they did. So someone's like, you make a bad investment, and they like, oh, they see you making a bad investment on a property or whatever. Like right now, people making bad investments right now. This last few months, past year, buying these high price houses where the market was ridiculous. People buying a house and they was giving away money like candy for mortgages, and now they're getting these houses. These houses gonna be overpriced. Right. In the next month or two, people are going to be foreclosed. Those house values go down. So I see you doing this stuff, buying stuff like that, and I talk about, oh well, you failing your house, you underwater. Now I tell you like, oh, you shouldn't have done it. I'm being accountable. You shouldn't have done it. You were irresponsible with your money. That kind of stuff is whack to me. Anytime like that. So my thing is holding somebody accountable ain't telling them they wrong when they already found they was wrong,
or if
dealing with the consequences of it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I want to make sure that I'm sorry. See, that's what I was just sharing with you. You see, I like keep talking. I'm not trying to interrupt, and I know my partner knows that. I just want to get in there because what he's saying is I feel that so strongly. So let me recap that. What you're stating is I'm in trouble for something I did. Let's just bring it all the way home. I got some type of something going on. I broke. Okay. I literally broke the key inside of the car. But you knew the whole time the key was faulty every time you used the car, but you never said nothing to me. You just kept sticking it in there. Then I do it. Then it's all, you should have been got the key changed.
Yeah.
But you never said something. So to me, let's break down what accountability is to the point that when you hold somebody accountable.
Yeah.
So if me and you both, I'm out here, I'm getting this bag, I'm making this money, you understand me? And I'm cashing you, Ed. You know what I'm saying? You doing you like, y'all see me, y'all don't know my girl got me, okay? And then for some reason, my money flow stops. But you saw it a long time ago that I was on the path, okay? That I can't keep going in there robbing no bank. You know what I'm saying? Eventually my tail gonna get called.
Facts.
So, but you weren't telling me, okay, maybe now you need to stop doing that, Kimmy. Maybe right now.
Right.
No, what you kept doing was straight cashing, even putting some on the side for your sizzle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rocking yourself. But now my butt is in all kinds of different situations,
Popped off.
you know, because now you want to look at me and say, you know, you shouldn't have been doing that in the first place. Ninja, really?
Man.
So you didn't know this years ago? You didn't know this when what you thought I was doing? So that's not, come on. Come on.
You know what's cracking.
So you know what's cracking. You made it about you, and that's what I call selfish. It's not, don't try to jump on the bandwagon of righteousness now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What I shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's the last thing you want to hear when you're going through something. Yeah. Listen, that's why I say, and now y'all hear me, and I'm going to say it again till I can't say it no more. When I say that I'm from my boy the long way, meaning when I say that is that somebody just said to me, we was on last show, Ed, they was like, Kim, that was so funny when you said that if Ed called you up and said he was in any type of trouble and you was like, meet me at the spot and only he gonna know the spot is. So when I say that, you know what I'm saying, is that the accountability that I'm gonna hold him for is after we done whatever needed to be done. And he was supposed to do something to get us where we supposed to be. And he didn't do that. That's what I'm holding him accountable for. Right. But if we both in it messed up, I ain't going to turn around and be like, and now all of a sudden I'm pointing the finger. Right. That's that blame game. And I'm out of it. And I'm the good person. You're the bad person because you got caught. That's not right.
That's not right.
That's selfishness at its best.
Yeah, not accountability. That's like telling you, everybody know you're wrong when you're wrong. Everybody see that crap. Like, I'm looking at your ass be wrong. And I'm like, oh, now you don't agree with what you see. It's like, that's, it is what it is that moment.
Right.
I'm talking about that person. Like, I'm not trying to talk bringing celebrities into stuff like that, but y'all know it's a big case that's been going on. The guy got Chicago, well-known Chicago celebrity. He got sentenced for 30 years. He still got an Illinois case. That was his New York case.
Right. He ain't even made it to the shot yet.
The shot case.
I mean, we can talk about him. I mean, it's all over the place. We only talking about what we know on the news.
We don't know it, but anyway, so it was almost like people in his circle, and we can go with the parents. We talking about R. Kelly. I'm talking about R. Kelly right now.
Right.
And I was a huge fan of R. Kelly. I still love the guy's music, obviously. He's still
talented.
He's still talented and everything, but I mean the stuff he's done is it was just whatever. But it was people around him that knew the stuff that he was doing. Now there was some people that was agreeing with him. They were dumb as hell as well. Like they were getting down with him. They agreed with that kind of thing, whatever that was, whatever that.
There's a lot of people there. You're saying that knew what he was doing.
There were people that knew what he was doing.
That was in his circle.
They knew he was doing, but they thought it was wrong.
And didn't say nothing because the benefits of the paycheck they was receiving, they just overlooked.
Yeah, and then now they overlooked it. Now they like, oh yeah, I knew all along. Yeah, Mark, that was whack as hell. Though. For real, dog.
Yeah,
like,
that's not good.
That's whack. Like you knew it was wrong all this time.
Not good.
Now things and stuff to hit the fan. Now he hot garbage right now.
Right.
And then now you want to be like, that's not accountable, bro. Like accountable is like, man, and then like telling him I'm good on that. While he was in the act, like, yo, I'm gonna bring you this bread if you bring me shorty them whatever, bam, the boom, and you be like, no, I'm good on your bread, bro. Like I'm not finna do that. You shouldn't do that. It's gonna pop off of me. Somebody gonna snitch. I don't, Now, let me ask you a question though, too. Let me ask you this, Kimmy Kim. Are you more accountable for the person if you snitch on them and put them in, like they're not doing what they're not hearing? Okay, like a person like him, he's doing something that's illegal.
Okay.
He's hurting kids, quote unquote hurting kids.
Okay.
Young girls, whatever. You don't agree with it. He telling you, running your bread to do whatever, and you like, I'm telling him, don't do it, right? He like, no, make it, I'm sorry. And Ninja, run that bread, do what you need to do. And I'm like, no, I ain't gonna do it. Don't run me no bread. He's still doing his move. Are you accountable by saying, I know there's an operation going on and there's people whose lives are in danger, and I go and tell the authorities? Is that part of being accountable, or just strictly telling him no and making him be responsible for his decision at that point?
And that type of situation, you guilty by association. And if something is going down with some children, affecting somebody and harming them, and information to actually stop that and you choose not to, then that's on you too. You can't say that. So that's why you got to watch the company that you keep. Because the conversation with me and Kels would have went just like this here. Let's hear, bro. Okay. You and I both. This mess you doing this here, this stopping today. Okay. This stopping today. So I'm finna let you know right now. I'm finna go on down there. You know what I'm saying? Chicago PD,
girl,
bro.
you ain't finna make out that room,
and
bro.
I'm already gone, though. Because when I'm talking to him, see, you got to get to me. I'm already gone.
You at the police
station. You got to get to me. I'm already there.
You at the police
station. You know what I'm saying? Once I know, it changed the game. And this is how I live my life. I can go ahead and tell you now. anybody that know me say, if Kimmy knows, it's going to change the game. Because let me say, moving on to just talking about value, the 3 C's in life: choices, chances, and changes.
My God.
And I can't do neither if I stay remote and don't do nothing.
Wow.
So with that said, I gave you your choice. You understand me? Okay. You had that chance. I gotta make that change, bruh.
Boom.
All about accountability. And I don't care. So you gotta be comfortable with upsetting people that you say that you love.
Boom.
To get them out their comfortability.
If it's some real stuff, it's going to be some life-changing stuff. Guys, listen real quick. If you listen, just chiming in on Power 104.9 WSTV. We out here in Atlanta, Jonesboro, Georgia, baby. What's going on with y'all sales? Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill in the house with your boy Eddie Ed, a.k.a. Sip, my girl Kimmy Kim, a.k.a. Spill. We are the Sip and Spill.
Sip and Spill.
That's how we get down, baby. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about the last segment. We're talking about right now. We're talking about value
and
now
validation.
Validation.
Yeah.
These are conversations that we have. We're a little different. In case you don't really know, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about us for a quick second. My girl Kim hit you down with the facts. You know who we is, who we are, who we is, who we are. We are progressive people, middle-aged, young, however you want to call it, a little whatever. But we are parents, seasoned in relationships and marriages and children and grandchildren, and been around the block, businesses and careers. We're people that bring perspectives to you in a way that we need to hear it. And a lot of times, sometimes people sugarcoat stuff and they talk that little. They come around, they real fugazi, as my partners say, and they come around. We come in with the you dig. You feel me? We come in with the come on, and we talking about stuff you don't want to talk about. We talking about our show this week. I think tomorrow we're going to talk about a really, really heavy show in our community when it comes to the LGBT community. It's a really, really powerful show. We go there and we talk about stuff. So on today's show, we want to get deep and in depth about validation and value. See, these are conversations. It sounds kind of maybe deep, but it's not as deep. It's deep, but it's not so deep. It's very simple, and it's something that's very poignant that we all need to hear. So Sip and Spill, we go there. So my partner Kimmy Kim will go ahead. We'll go down the rabbit hole a little bit further, and she gonna break it down. You feel me?
With that stated, you must make a choice to take a chance on your life, or it will never change. We're not putting anybody down for making a mistake.
No.
When Ed, you're talking about, our boy Chicago native, Kales, it's a catastrophe with all that talent in prison. Seriously. But what happened and all the details, Ed and I just like to talk about what we know. Everything we talking about is surface, allegedly, all that, all in the news. We cannot say anything that we know for a fact. But I'm saying in that situation, holding someone accountable. Literally holding somebody accountable. I think it shows what type of power you have about yourself and what type of power that person has in you. Because I want to be able to be around within my circle that I know that I'm okay even when I'm off. Because they're going to hold me accountable for it. And even us being on this show, Ed, it's certain things, we tell y'all, drop that feedback, say what you think, what you thinking, and what even on the radio, guys, we got our new listeners coming on and, Power 104.9, and we're here for it. Contact us and let us know. We definitely want to hear what you got to say.
Definitely want to hear what you got to say.
Because as you're driving in your cars right now, listening to us on the radio, and we're talking about value and validation, and every time that we do the show about anything and everything we do the show about, we bring the passion for you to be a better you. That's the most important thing. And we talk about what we know and not what we heard.
Right.
So I feel like we lit in every capacity. Sometimes my partner telling y'all that, we 10, we 12, we 8. But I feel like every which way we bring it, the Sip and Spill, the unique characters, the unique personalities that we bring to you guys, the reason why you can't turn us off and the reason why you will want to hear what we got to say is because we keep it real.
Keep it a buck, baby.
And that's what you want to hear. Like, we can sit up and make up stuff, and I could talk about the latest product. Okay, I can go there.
Oh my God.
But that's not gonna give you. What I'm saying? What I'm saying is giving you the real and being able to create a platform to talk about things people don't want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to figure out, is there value in your relationship with your family? You know what I'm saying? Really, you're trying to figure, like, what is my? People be calling themselves, I'm the black sheep. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is that? I never really understood that. So everybody got problems with me. The first thing the person asks you is that, okay, since everybody got problems with you, what do you do? And hey, I'm the first to tell you. I'm talking about what I know, not what Kimmy heard. And that is, it make you look at yourself. Like, dang, what did I do? Because, you be like, one person said, then people said, and then sometimes all different type of storms and tornadoes be coming so you can land on your feet. You got to learn to fall down to stand up. And I think sometimes God has been preparing. I can't talk about nobody else, my partner, nobody else. But for me, everything that I've experienced in 2022, and we are just in July, Lord have mercy.
My God.
He been getting me ready. You understand? For what is coming, you need to be ready and not get ready.
Don't you got that preacher
but
voice,
you
guy?
cannot. He said, I got that. Okay, Evangelist Yvonne come out sometime. A character I play, but that's really part of who Kimmy Kim is. And I'm just saying, sometimes we just get misplaced in our head about different experiences that we have, and it keeps us low. Egg said something to me early on our shows. He talked about low frequency. And it's so funny because now I hear people say it, low frequency people. What you say a low frequency person is, Ed?
Well, low vibration. People that vibrate on very low frequency. Those people are, I call them out short bus people. I mean, in my in my summation, not necessarily 100% short bus, and that's no offense to anybody who may have whatever mental whatever. But as far as people who actually are functioning and are trying to be, I guess, a part of progression of my life, I try to make sure. Hey, no disrespect to those people who vibrate on low frequency. My thing is that my offer to you or my availability to you or what I lend to you is limited. What I mean by that is I tell Kimmy, and I'm gonna let her go. I'm going on a little tangent real quick, but there's a thing use when I talk about people that I involve in my circle, my life. I put people in boxes. And when I say I put people in boxes, this is not a box of limitations for you. It's a box of limitations how you access me. And so that means I'm not going to tell nobody what you can and can't do. If you feel like you could be an architect, or you feel like you could be Spider-Man, or you feel like you could do, something amazing feat, and you have all these, you want to gain all these accolades, I'm not going to tell you can't do that. I'm just going to say, once I realize your vibrational frequency is very low, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to feed you based off of what I'm getting from you. I'm not going to expose all of my pearls. The Bible says,
yes,
don't feed your pearls to the swan. I mean, to the pigs. So I wouldn't feed my pearls to them. I won't give them the access to the diamonds and the dynamite and all that kind of stuff. That kind of person is going to have limited access to me. I still would love you and I still respect you, but So that's what I mean by. So when I say low frequency, that's what I'm talking in that regard. People who I know, like, oh, you think on this level, and I ain't gonna put, because I don't want to be. I'm not gonna be shocked at the weird stuff you do, because I already understand you vibrate on low frequency. That's that.
So I wanted him to explain that, to say that even you just saying, Ed, putting people in certain boxes. But I think if you want to be holding people accountable or holding yourself accountable for stuff, you do have to make up in your mind, what do you really stand for? Do you even know? Or you just going along with the circle amongst people that you hang around with, or a circle that you're in? What do you stand for? Just you. See, some people will call that assertive and aggression. But that's okay, because Kimmy stands for something. I'm just not going to tolerate what I tolerated, the things that hurt me in the past. I'm no longer reaching back to grab what I had to let go to move forward. So I'm embracing where I'm at. Now, where I'm at, the loves that I might love, the people and things or I might care about, I might not feel this way a year later. But the thing of it is, and the power lies in the fact that I know the difference. And that's how you should as well. Your entire life can really change in a year. You just got to love yourself enough to know you deserve more, be brave enough to demand more, be disciplined enough to actually work for more. And, when I graduated from college, I did a speech that I wrote called Being Hungry. How hungry are you? Are you hungry with a headache? Are you hungry with a desire for food? Are you hungry because you just want something in your mouth because you're emotionally feeding? Which one are you?
Hmm.
And for me, it was all three. See, I knew that I needed something in my mouth to help me grow so I can feel better.
Hmm.
I knew that I was hungry enough, okay, to be able to go get what I want. So I had to get that stamina, okay. Then I knew I was hungry enough that my head would no longer hurt because I'm at a place where I was traveling to be. The journey of who you are and the journey of where you want to go, it all starts with you.
Hmm.
See, sometimes different people show up in our life, you don't know why they're there. And then you trying to place them, and you trying to say they this. And really, we just go off what we already experienced. And that's okay.
Right.
But I think the true knowledge lies that the fact that even though this might be new and unfamiliar and not something I've ever seen or comes off as completely surreal, I'm going to open my mind to it. Because once again, in order for me to get to where I want to be, I can't stay where I'm at. I got to move. To me, that's validating who I am, validating who in my life that's going to give me the value of where I want to go. And I think that's hard conversations. And like I said, mental illness is a thing. Especially, I want to just say this with my brothers. Um, I'm talking directly and strictly to y'all. From the different ones that have reached out to me, and y'all say y'all love how I support my partner, and I got them, and I'm gonna tell y'all where that comes from. Ed has said to me one of the greatest, I think, compliments is the fact that you can listen. You get that compliment from anybody. That's not always a hard thing to do as a woman because we like to talk. We like to get it out. But at the same time, I feel like listening in order you have to listen in order to be able to understand where you at. Because then I can't offer you no type of direction on where you should go.
Right.
And the power that a woman has, especially a black woman, that we can put in our black men is comes from that. It does not have to be. And I want to say this. A lot of times people confuse that with a romantic sexual type relationship. It does not have to be that way. I have had relationships that are strictly friends and platonic of people that I care about that I want it to be for them. I want it to be for them and I want to be for them and how it works and how I show up that matters. So it starts with listening. But guys, you got to really listen to your woman, your friends, your daughters. You got to listen to them
Hmm.
because that matters. It matters. It matters how you show up with them. And go ahead.
I want to chime in on that. There's something that people look at me, and I have people, you ask me questions, and people converse with me, and so when we talk about polyamory, we talk about relationship and man and female and understanding, uh, even with monogamy, but having platonic relationships. I'm gonna tell you something that we talk about, and this is going to be a little quick digress. And you were talking about listening. I want to hone in on that. One thing that I've learned to do is listen to others, other people, especially people who are different from me, another race, and especially another gender. So I listen to women. I have female friends, and I talk to them. And I talk to them with the intent of learning. Because sometimes they'll tell us something like, well, I know how y'all women, people will say, I know what you're thinking. They try to answer for them. And they really we need to just be quiet and listen to it. So for the guys, fellas, if you got anybody who's even watching, it's imperative to have a female friend and or friends to somebody you're not sexually interested in, because that's what we do. Men dealing with women because of what they're pretty or whatever. You need to have a friend that you're not necessarily sexually involved in, that you can actually listen to what she says, so you can see yourself. Because a lot of times women to tell you the things that men do that sound and look crazy to most other women. Like a lot of guys. I had a buddy, I'm gonna tell you, a buddy of mine, when I first met him, he used to have the fisherman hat on. Real cool guy. I thought he was smooth brother and everything. And he had locks. And so me and him, I met him through another buddy of mine, actually my boy Marcus. And it wasn't Marcus, but it was his friend. He knew. And so met him and talked. We hung out, went a couple of places. He's like, whatever. And he was a single brother. and went to his place. Went to his place. He was handling business about something, and he get home. He takes his hat off. All this is bald. So under the hat, you just see locks under the hat. He had hair, but all this is crazy and bald. I'm like, okay. So listen.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can't help it. I mean,
Right.
just imagine, y'all. You got hair right and all this is bald. Really?
So this is
Okay.
where it gets weird.
But you got locks.
And I was like, but he got locks. I said, hey man, why don't you cut them? Like, no, man, you should never let you cut your locks. And I'm like, so he was single, and the women he dated and I saw, let's just say, you know, I don't know, they was around the way. They was borderline
What?
crackish. Okay, they look really weird. And you meet the guy, he got a lot of personality, very nice guy, nice looking guy. But it was something that he wasn't.
Just couldn't let that part go.
Well, what he didn't do is he didn't listen to women, because he didn't have women. His women, he messed with women he was interested in sexually. They had a relationship, and those women, they were into getting something from him, getting something from them. But he didn't have anybody to tell him, hey, listen, that looked crazy to people. You look crazy. That looked crazy to other women. The same thing that you just did. Other women. You had to have that, because Angie told me my hair. Listen, let me tell you something. I told Kim this one time.
So funny.
I had locks, and I was a little heavier back then. And back then, I didn't have a beard. I used to keep like a little soul patch, like a little hair, maybe a mustache, soul patch, no hair on my face. And I had these locks, and I had my locks down most of the time. Sometimes I had a braid. A lot of times I had a braid up, but a lot of times I had it down. And I had my stunner sunglasses. I always had these stunner sunglasses in the summertime, the big aviator sunglasses, right? I'm walking around, cool. I'm dressed up, dapped up, my bands, all this kind of stuff. And I go places, and older people are like, hey, Kate, anybody ever tell you look just like Stevie Wonder? I'm like, now prior to me hearing these random, it was older people too.
Oh my God.
Prior to these older people, at first I was looking like Fred Hammond, you know what I'm saying? But then it was these older people telling me that prior then I was like, man, let me tell you something. You ain't got that much time with that hair. You look crazy, but I'm gonna let you get to you're a certain age and you got to get rid of it. But she had already told me you look crazy, but I know you want to keep it. I'm gonna let you fool with it because you want it, and she would help me tie it up. Like, you need to have something on your head, have a wrap, have it tied up. She was trying to do it without hurting my feelings, but she would let me know. And now I'm looking like women looking at me like, yeah, you know what? It's something about what you get going on up here. So listen,
that's sad. That's sad.
But
just
listen,
sad.
Stuff like that, men don't know.
Oh
my female friends would tell me, like, a man looking at a woman and doing like this, like,
that look crazy.
just staring at her. That look crazy and creepy.
Right. That's right.
Cat calling. And I don't know who's still doing that. If he was still doing that, you need to go back to the 1980s and take cat calling back.
Right.
But take it back where you got that from. But guys is doing all this weird stuff. That's probably more my generation of people or whatever. People that's doing that kind of stuff is probably a little older or whatever. But you need to listen to your female friends to tell you what's going on. They may say, like, my friend tell me about the bellies and stuff. Like, she has a thing where, like, hey, or your nails being dirty. Women see that.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a female friend, and you not, I just gotta get some of that booty. I'm trying to smash, get some of that. If you ain't just sexually into a woman, and she's a friend, and you actually care about her, she care about you, and you love her, and it's like your sister. Like my sister's like that. My sister Monica, my sister Bethany, my friend Kimmy Kim, Angie. They'll tell me, "Lo, you look crazy. You need to go ahead and shave, cut the beard, trim your beard, grow your beard, grow your hair, cut your hair. Look crazy, lose some weight, work out." They gonna tell me, "Man, you need to go ahead, stop being cheap." And they tell me the truth. And sometimes those moments it hurt like hell. You be like, "Oh my God," but you need to hear it. So then when you around somebody you trying to approach, they see this funny thing. And I'm not to say too much, but people like seasoned people anyway. So that's my little digression on that. Men, make it important to have you a girlfriend, a home girlfriend you can actually talk to, and not always be interested in smashing. It shouldn't always be freaking, man. Come on, man. And she ain't gotta be. And if you just can't, oh my God, she's so pretty, I just can't help it but want to kiss on her neck. She ain't gotta be the dime piece. Stop going for the you can't be. You gonna be friends with the Halle Berry? That's the only friend you can find. That's it. Halle Berry and some guys like, I just something about him, maybe want to be a friend. No, I know what it's about. Just let it. The big booty. That's it. So anyway, that's my little 2 cents. My little nickel work for free advice for my brother. So go ahead, my co-worker, my labor in this. Power 10, guys, you just tuned in. It's Power 104.9 WSCV out here in Jonesboro, Atlanta. What's good with y'all self? It's your boy Ed, aka Sip, my girl Kimmy Kim, aka Spill, with the infamous Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill. What's going down? We are having a good time. Good Lord. Shawty getting all over
As
town.
always.
So what we got going now, Kimmy Kim? What's cracking?
We're going to go to break and we'll be back.
Okay. We're going to break in a few minutes. You know, we're doing our thizzle, my nizzle. We're going
As
right out
always.
like that, baby.
Put you on all the new fashion. Last nigga broke, he ain't have it. You never step foot in the mansion. Now you fucking with me. Turn it up another notch. Getting top all in the drop. Panties drop, I beat the boss. Park it all up in your spot. Pull the Bentley off the lot. She screaming like, ooh, ooh, ooh. She screaming like, ooh, ooh. She screaming like, ooh, ooh. She screaming like.
Come my way, why you wanna come and stay? No, you can't come and stay. No, you like it fast, let's race. Ay, don't make me crash your party. I wanna hear you say sorry. You don't see shit like this often. Play with my name, it's gon' cost them. I can't see, I got racks in the way. She can't see, put these racks in her face. Heard he broke, he ain't touching no cake. Lil' bitch gave me some time for some bait. Heard you talking, well, girl, keep that same tone. I feel toxic when I put these chains on. I got options, you know I can't hang long. I control her, I can't play the game wrong.
Put you on all the new fashion. Last nigga broke, he ain't have it. You never step foot in the mansion. Now you fucking with me. Turn it up another notch. Getting top all in the drop. Panties drop, I beat the boss. Park it all up in your spot. Pull the Bentley off the lot. She screaming like, ooh, ooh, ooh. She screaming like, ooh, ooh. She screaming like, ooh, ooh. She screaming like. Put you on all the new fashion.
Is back. We is back. Yeah. What's going on, guys? WSCV Power 104.9 WSCV, Atlanta, Georgesboro. This is your boy Ed, aka Sip, and my girl Kimmy Kim, aka Spill, from the infamous Sip and Spill. What's going down? We are black, baby. As usual, we always doing the hot topics, doing some crazy things. We just, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing about the show we do is we're friends. We get together. We just like to talk and go over certain things and entertain the audience. A lot of times we take in callers and listeners. We haven't done it in a couple of weeks because we've been working on getting more product out to you. So sometimes, but next week we'll be doing more call-in shows because we're working on adding and expanding on our production, adding and expanding on our on what we're putting on there. You just heard from my nephew John Woods out from the Shy City. John Woods, give you mad love, playing a couple of his tracks, you guys. So we were talking. Kimmy Kim is going to get back into the house and get us back cracking where we were. Again, Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill. We're friends that get together and we talk about everything from A to Z. We don't hold back. We don't be trying to placate to anybody, and we don't try to kiss nobody's booty, if you will. So we get it cracking.
So we was talking about, being able to tell somebody when they just out there looking crazy in the streets. And if you got people and you have a female friend that you are not currently in any type of intimacy with, you might want to try to hold on to them. But that comes with the type of friendship that you build, though. Because I ain't gonna sit here and tell you that you can't have it even with somebody you have intimate with. It's just, just be grown. You know what I'm saying? And you got somebody, most women, if they're being with you in that capacity, they care about you, but you got to be able to hear what they got to say. And same thing for us women. If you got that kind of guy, he going to tell you, okay, baby, you might want to, try to take a look at yourself, take better care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And we just get so upset about thinking somebody coming for us or putting us down. And,
Disrespecting us, yeah.
I just didn't realize how so sensitive, even in friendships, that people can really be. And that's why I say it starts with listening and being able to share with someone exactly how you're feeling, exactly what's going on. And, I can say Ed and I have different types of conversations. We do, Ed, where we tell each other, like, this ain't coming from a bad place. Some things are hard to hear. But I just don't feel like you can have a friendship without it, not a real one.
Not at all.
You can't have a real friendship without it. And I feel like it just don't grow.
It don't. If not real, true authenticity, real, true transparency, you got to be real. You got to be 100. And it's stuff, again, that stuff is not easy. Being married, we both have been married for long years, and even lasting as long years as we've had in our marriages, that wasn't easy. It took a lot of hard conversations and compromise and stuff like that. Now, I don't necessarily say we're at different places in our lives now. We don't think that we should take stuff and just put up with crap and abuse. I don't believe in being a male and abusing my partner and just taking it for granted and vice versa. I learned it the hard way, and so did my partner, and so but. We know that those ingredients we had them, our successes, our relationships would have been probably a lot more successful had we had that transparency on both sides, where people were actually living their truth and being honest and then being accepted and then celebrated for their differences. So those are things that we learn, and we teach people. We talk about that all the time on the show.
Yep, we do.
We go into monogamy, polyamory. We got into it's not on the radio show. I think we're going to be, hopefully we can put that on Power 104.9. But we did a show about polyamory and monogamy, basically going and talking to a polyamorous couple. And if you're not, if out here in Atlanta, I'm sure we may see it more so than we may see it somewhere in Chicago or in the Midwest with polyamory. People are more open about their relationship and love styles. But they were talking about, and what they hinged their relationship on was accepting each other's differences and loving each other, even if they are not the sole person that can make that person happy, which is really difficult because we've been growing up believing that I'm supposed to be this for my partner, like I'm yours, you're mine, that whole nine, and then to get into a level of somebody else's spending time with you or making you happy, that's a whole other thing. But really expecting or respecting that person for loving the way they love or being who they are, whether they like Star Wars or if they like Lord of the Rings, or if they're like people that like to hike or do things that might be a little bit different. Like I kind of like to dab in cosplay. I want to do cosplay. It may seem weird for a brother, but I mean, I kind of think it might be kind of dope to do cosplay. So, but accepting a brother and say, okay, you like cosplay, okay, that's a little weird, but I accept you and I love you for it. Or if a person wants to, it's just something that may be different for them, but you love them and you celebrate them in their differences. And if you have that in relationships with your friends and letting them be them, those are very, very strong and important ingredients. Transparency, like being honest with who you are, and then telling them, and then as they ask you, being transparent and honest, and then that person accepting you and loving you through it, or I don't want to say in spite of it because it's always like tolerating them, but loving them because of it. Like you're so different, that's what makes me love you more. That's weird, but I like it. It's like I would never thought to do that type of thing. Those are kind of things that I think that we should relish in. So that's my sidebar. I was taking out. Sometimes I take my partner, she has points, and I'll be taken to another level to different perspectives. But anyway, go ahead.
He always say that. No, I'm letting you flow. I think that when you got it, you got it. You speaking what you're speaking. But I'm just gonna say about the show that we did. I think you guys just need to go watch that. That will not be on 104.9. That's because we be lit. So we can't put it on the radio. Right. But I want to just go ahead and plug it.
Tell everybody where can they find it at?
You can find it on YouTube and our Facebook, Mitchell&Mitchell, Sip and Spill. It would be the Kim and Jamon story. It's and we're saying that those are friends that allowed us and gave us permission to speak about them. That's their story in a polyamorous relationship, a poly woman and a poly man. And once again, I am not, and I don't think Ed is either, trying to promote anything for anyone to be anything. Whatever you do and how you do it, I love to say this because it's 100% true on my part. I'm non-judgmental. I'm not standing for any type of relationship for anybody to do. I only own my own. So that is enough. That's a challenge in itself.
Right.
But I just want to say that we do give, the whole point is that we got the platforms. The platform that Ed and I create is for us to talk about everything. So that's why you don't hear opposition for it. Whatever you want to talk about, we're here for it.
Right.
But I wanted to piggyback a little bit off you, Ed, when you was just stating about you know, women friends and not being, just don't be with the, basically have a friend that what you really with her for, because the way she looked. So I wanted to just say one of the statements that I have wrote, and that beauty isn't about a pretty face. It is about having a pretty mind, heart, and most importantly, a beautiful soul. It's a statement that I say and I mean and I rep, and that is, I'm way more beautiful on the inside than I can ever be on the outside. And that takes constant and consistent work. Not no type of plastic knife or no type of cream could ever create what's inside of me. I had to experience that. So to still be able to have the ability to love and be vulnerable and be able to take and have the mindset to receive that you just might not love me the way I love you, that's not an easy thing. I think you have to really challenge yourself and value who you are and whatever that is and however that shows up. Sometimes I talk about saying, do an inventory check. It starts with yourself. Do an inventory check. Start, asking yourself, how does this show up in my life? Get involved in things that benefit you. You know what I'm saying? That celebrate you, that make you feel good. You can forget something that someone said, right? But most importantly, you don't forget nothing how something made or someone made you feel. So we just want to be in a position where we have to constantly and keep saying to ourselves, what worked for us then might not work for us today. As you heard us say earlier, being in relationships, long-term relationship, it teaches you a lot. Being a mother, being a father, I'm sure, has taught us a lot, and I think to me, that's the most important relationship to me, is being a parent. Because when you self-checking yourself, the only person that you got to look in the eyes of is your children. And I don't know about you, but mine mean everything to me in the way they see me, and I need to show up and be authentically me, the bad, good, and the ugly, because it's the way I fail. Yeah, they gonna think of that. But it's the way I stood up is what they gonna remember. And that, if you have a core person in your life, male or female, I was asked this question, Ed, and can you be and can you have a platonically relationship with the opposite sex? People say that all the time. And I just want to spend the rest of the show. We just free balling right now, just talking, and we here for it. And that is, I just feel like that, it's entirely up to you. It really is. It's entirely up to you. I think that there's an attraction that starts. It does. It happens somewhere. Whether you like their vibe, their personality, whatever. It starts somewhere. So, but moving forward, beyond that, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? And that person. Coming up at the Drake in Oak Brook, Illinois, we'll be doing the Sip and Spill party. Just hanging out, kicking, and doing basically our very own meet and greet. If you want to meet us, we're there at 7 p.m. on Saturday, July 23rd. July 24th, we at the Drake as well with Cigar, sundresses, and mimosas. That is Cigar Week starting this Thursday. So everybody that has spoken to Cigar, y'all know, Ed and I love to have us a good cigar. With that, we're going to be celebrating that, what we love to. Come holler, pull up with us, smoke a cigar, jam, listen to music, you know what I'm saying? And talk with us, and we can talk about anything and everything. That's what we create the platform for. But we will be talking about, so I'll send that shout out right now. we will be talking about attraction and arousal. And there is a difference. There is a difference on what you choose and how you choose to move in either direction. So I don't know. I think, Ed, that having a male or female platonic friend is definitely feasible. Um, I think if you experience some things and you're attracted to that person, I feel like people dehumanize when they say that that's like, can't happen. And that's why you shouldn't be their friend. That's crazy. I have a male friend that I think that is very, very handsome. I've known him for about 8, 9 years now. And we've worked together, but I have zero desire for a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Zero desire. Um, Whether it's been expressed that he has that for me, and I can say I don't have that for him, the respect is mutual. And I think you just need to be okay with it. I can say you fine when he dressed. I can tease him like that. I can say he's this and that, but that's it. I've been told, and Ed knows this about me. I'm weird about the brothers that don't take care of themselves and that stomach area. Like, we don't want y'all to be sick. That's all I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole bunch of things that can happen in that. But what I'm just saying with that stated is that we all got our preferences. For me, we was just at the Godfrey Hotel earlier they was doing a little fashion show, and one of the women came out dark skinned, and it's probably going to be caught on something that we air, but you'll hear me stating that I love and I kind of channel to dark skinned women, just like I like dark skinned men. But that's just a preference, guys. Everybody have their own preferences. Okay. So, but with that said, do uh, am I having a romantic relationship with every, dark skinned person? No, it don't work like that. I think just like with Sip and Spill, I think Sip and Spill, we are a complete experience and vibe that is beyond anyone. People, Ed and I can walk just in a building, just talk to people, and they want to be around because of the chemistry and vibe that we give them. That's what an attraction is. So I think it does not always have to be. I think people put sex in the game, but to me, that is a bonus. Sometimes you don't need to have that reward. You could mess it up. So you got to be grown about it. That's what I say. But Ed, let's hear your take. Um, you've been open with everybody about you having female friends, and a lot of people want to know: is it possible to have platonic relationships?
It's absolutely possible. And my friends, um, they're beautiful. They're pretty women, very intelligent, successful. Um, um, it's very possible, because my intention is not to be. I look at women for who they are. I don't look at them. I don't. Okay, and I'm gonna say this, and this is going to be this. And if you just tuned in, I got to make a disclaimer. We're Power 104.9 WSTV, and we try to keep us a family show. You guys know Sip and Spill. We keep it family, baby, until you go into our after hours podcast. Yeah. So, but no, I'm not a DNP guy. If y'all can read between the lines. I'm not all about, she got a booty and she got boobs and stuff like that. Those are attractive. Those are dope. But my attraction to women is based off of what total package vibe I get from them.
Mhm.
Because after the booty and all that stuff is, you get those experiences. All you got left is if they can't talk about nothing, they got nothing going on for themselves. It's kind of whack. My friends though, have something that I love, that I value, and it's not about that type of vibe. And I look at them like I would look at my sister, because they are my sister. They're basically my sister, or not necessarily my daughter, but kind of like my daughter too, because my daughter is not necessarily somebody I would sit and say, give me some advice. But she does tell me something. Edie told me some stuff the other before we went out of town. Like told me like before we went to Atlanta, like Dad, don't do this, don't do that. So I guess so. Somebody that I'm very close to, that I would do something for, and don't necessarily want anything in return. My friends are people that I would do something for them, and I'm not looking for them to do nothing back for me. It's just not I don't need no return. You my girl, I got you. But it's very possible, because I don't go into it looking at like, oh man, she slipped up this one time. And there are people that I was attracted to that we were cool and we friend zoned each other, something like that. And it was like, okay, years ago, but I kind of tread lightly in those situations,
Right.
especially years ago. So yeah, I mean, it's very possible.
It's very
It's
possible.
very possible.
And I think it's a mindset of a grown up to me. Because if you are one of those persons just looking to exchange fluids, then that's not going to be your person.
Right.
Because, women are receivers and men are givers, and y'all are the ones that's able to retrieve back and pull away. And a woman, it's not that easy, especially if she attach feelings. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I feel like that platonic can happen. Any type of relationship can happen. I really believe that. It's just entirely up to you. And most of us is judged by the experience that you have.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very much experience. So we didn't talk about value. We didn't talk about validation. We talked about having platonic relationships. And where you at, partner? What you thinking? You got something you want to talk about? That
No,
you want to let the people know about some things, being a black man in this world and what's happening in your world?
A lot of things are happening in my world. We will reveal those things as time go on.
Okay.
We got a lot of big things in the works as far
Yeah.
as Sip and Spill, Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be out in your area soon. If you catch us out there, we'll be
Yes.
posting where we at. We want y'all to come see us. When we do our events, we're gonna let you guys know. Make
Mhm.
sure to follow us. And Kim, if you don't if you don't mind, do me a favor. I want everybody to know all of our information, our social media sites,
Mhm.
our plugs. If you can tell them real quick.
So first off, we are on Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill. That's YouTube. Then we're on Sip and Spill 2022. That's our IG. Then we have a Sip and Spill group on Facebook. And we also have a Mitchell&Mitchell Facebook business account as well. So for all the people that want to advertise and you want to reach out and talk to us and become on the show or even do an interview for the radio, we also on 104.9 that's out of Atlanta, and you can screen that and hear that between the hours of 5 and 7 hour time, 6 to 8 in Atlanta. They're
So
Eastern.
6 to 8 Eastern Standard Time, 5 to 7 Central Standard Time. So 6 to 8 Eastern Time, 5 to 7 Central Standard Time, Chicago time. So every Saturday you can hear a stream, or you can go right to the radio station and log in if you're in the area. If you're not in the area, obviously check us out there. So if you want to advertise over the airways, come hit us up. We'll get you the information, what you need to do to get your information, your business plugged online through us. If you want your music played, let us know. We can plug you. We can get your information, get it played. Let us talk. We'll talk to you about it. We'll negotiate and tell you what's what. If you want to, and also just for our live audience, don't forget, we'll still take calls. We'll still take, if you want to come and record live with us, you want to do an interview with us, you want to do you want to chime in and talk to us while we're live. We're still doing that on our live shows on Saturday
From 7
night.
to 9.
7 to 9.
We're usually here.
Central Standard Time. 7
7
p.m., 9 p.m. So that's our information. So look, we got a lot of things going up. What's going on, and we'll get you guys timely information as it goes on. But also check us on our social media on Instagram, Twitter, and we got Facebook, obviously Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. We'll have all those current events posted on those events. We'll try to do as much as we can to make sure that we're on the radio at Power 104.9 WSTV. We're trying to make sure you guys got that cracking. But check us out throughout the week, any time of the week, and watch our videos. Just subscribe and like a whole nine.
With that stated, I just wanted to add, in the last 30 minutes of the show, I just wanted to introduce you guys. We've been asked this a lot, and I just want to share it, who Ed and I is. So we are on the radio 104.9 in Atlanta, but we are not a podcast, guys.
Right.
We are not I call it talk show because you can hear us on the radio talking, and then you can see us live, and you can actually see us on the show. So we pretty much got 4 hours sold up on Saturday where you can see us for 2 and you can hear us for 4. So with that stated, that's why I say that. We are a variety of show, and we do characters. For some of you all that started at the beginning with us and know who we are, we have several different characters that we are consistently growing who they are. And our new characters that we're going to do right now, just an impromptu, as Ed and I love to do, is Miss Kay Devereaux and Mr. Eduardo Pierre. So Iguana Pierre is a character that is a black man that is very, very successful in his life. He does not have any children, but he is looking for a successful woman to have on his team. However, what he have experienced is women that only want him for his status quo. So he works out, he eat good, and he got a great credit score. You know what I mean? So then we got Miss K. Devereaux. Miss K. Devereaux is a woman that got herself together. She's been there, done that, and have definitely overcame the obstacles of being down with, as Ed would say, a low frequency man. So she does not have any children. She's very successful in what she do as well, but she still don't have a man to hold her at night. So with that stated, let's get into that character. And we're going to do 2 more after that. So let me create the scene for my partner. So I am at a bar, and a bar of intelligence that women like to go to and men like to go to. You know, after work, that Friday, you just want to have a little sip. And incoming, Mr. Eduardo Pierre is in there. So I'm walking to the seat, but I see him. So now this is me going to see him. Oh, hi, Eduardo. How are you?
Hey, Miss Devereaux, how you been? It's good to see you.
Yes, it's a pleasure is all mine. Can I take a seat?
Sure, absolutely. I don't,
Listen, I know last Saturday I was talking to you, and you had asked me out, and you left me with the last impression that I really wasn't hearing you and seeing you for who you was. And you were coming to me and you were talking to me as if you just wanted to let me know you was interested. And I want you to know I am a woman that can appreciate a man that knows how to ask a woman out.
Okay.
And I was at a place last weekend. I was really kind of off my game a little bit. I was experiencing things. I was pretty much, flight bound. Had just flew some hours, and I just had, maybe I would say, just really wasn't myself. So the pushback I gave you, I would like a rain check to be able to have this conversation with you again.
So let me make sure I understand this. This is a rarity for me. So are you saying you were wrong with your approach? Were you saying that?
Absolutely.
Wow. And I actually wasn't expecting you to answer that. And I was only joking by saying were you wrong. But usually my experience is a lot of times people are prideful and they don't want to admit that maybe things didn't go the way they should have gone. And so I'm very impressed with that, to say the least, because people I've been associated with usually don't have the balls or they're too prideful to say that they've made this a little bit of a mistake or some sort of and I get that. So that's cool. And I appreciate you saying that. And I honestly was not expecting to see you again. And,
Yeah.
was not expecting to see you.
Yeah, I think this is total fate for us to run into each other. But I think it takes a lot for a woman or man to just admit when they are wrong. And I think it starts with you. So I try to put out what I want to get.
Okay.
So I want to just say that if the offer still stands, I would love to go out with you.
Well, that is more than a notion. And let's set something up.
Okay.
We'll exchange information. Let's actually see what makes sense for our schedule, and I'm open to it. Um, if I can choose if you want to. I don't want to come across as some sort of a man that's taking charge or being some sort of misogynist or whatever. But if you're open to me making a suggestion, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm sure we can compromise to what we think makes sense for both of us. What do you think about that?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, here's my information. Take my number down. And then,
Okay.
I'll just.
I want to tell you though, I have all your information already.
Oh, you have it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's
You don't have mine. So how
I
about
don't-
I'll call you and you'll have my information and we'll go from there. And I will continue to allow you to pursue me as you once wanted to.
Wow, that's amazing. I don't know to be flattered or be insulted, but either way, I'm interested.
Okay.
Good seeing you, Miss K. Devereaux.
Nice
And
to
you're
see
just
you.
as gorgeous as you were the last time I saw you.
Thank you very
Stay
much.
being sweet and continue being even more dope as you've been. Evolving. Evolution looks good on you, baby.
It looks like you're drinking a whiskey The waiter's bringing you another one. Enjoy that drink on me.
Wow.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. So very, very much appreciated.
So, with that stated, we wanted to just tap into the essence of just two people being able to talk. And a lot of men ask the question, do women even say they sorry? Do women even go there?
Is a very valid question.
And just because you bad, you a baddie, you got yourself together, sis, you good. Let me tell you something. All different types of people show up in your life with a meaning. And don't be so quick to shut out something over just a little bit of, I'm not even going to call it a mistake, of a words exchange. Sometimes eat it up, swallow that, go get him. He got something else to add to the table. You wouldn't know it though, because you sitting on the damn bar.
Wow. Unrespectful. Unrespectful. How much time we got left, guys? Listen, if you just tuned in,
got 20 more minutes.
Back down to the Power 104.5.9 WSTV. This is Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spiel.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta, Jonesboro, Chicago. How is you guys doing? We want to thank you for rocking with us. The guys been rocking with us from day one. Our day one peoples show up, they show out, they give us all type of love and appreciation and adoration. I want to let you know we do the same back in return. We don't take this for granted, baby. We are very serious about what we think about our peoples and how people thinks about us. We are very appreciative. Gratitude is one of the highest forms of energy and frequency. Those are highest forms of like love and gratitude. Those are the top levels of, powerful frequencies you can operate in. So yes, we are very loving and appreciative. What are we doing next now, Miss Kimmy King?
So the next characters that we're going to play is, I think we're introducing two new players. And this is no offense to anybody. It's just the way, they can say, different people of color can say how another race will act. And we just going to let y'all determine what that is. So I'm not going to say the name. I'm just going to be this woman. Ed already knows that someone was watching us right now. By his reaction, he know where we're going to go. Going right into character. I am so... Oh my God, I broke a nail. It took me so long to get this.
Dude, like, what are you doing? Like, you need... You first of all, you overreact too much.
I broke a nail. I paid $155 for my nails.
You overreact, dude. You spend too much money. It's too much money.
You don't make enough.
I make plenty of money.
You don't make enough.
Oh my God.
Because I feel like that I'm only spending like $155 on my nails.
Karen,
I feel like I should be doing
like
Karen,
this is so annoying.
$400 on my nails.
Listen, Karen, for the last time, I've asked you over and over again. God. Karen, I've asked you over and over again, time and time again, to watch your budget. This does not make any freaking sense.
I don't have a budget. What is that?
This is horse butt.
What is budget? What is that?
Money. The money that we allocate for our finances.
I think you need to just make more.
Yo, this is horse butt, and I'm really getting freaking tired of your crap. I'm really getting tired of your crap. And listen to me. I'm being serious. I'm going to count to 5. And when I count to 5, okay?
What?
This conversation.
You're counting to 5?
This conversation is going to be over, Karen. Because we need to go. And first of all, you're taking too long at the nail salon whatever day you went.
Because
took the money.
I get my skin pressed. And really?
I'm freaking annoyed by this.
Really?
I'm about to freak out.
What?
I'm about to freak out. You're freaking me out.
Why are you so freaked out? It's not even your nail. It's mine.
Because you're spending money. And I know you're going to get some more money to fix that freaking stinking nail.
Yes, it's gonna be about $30 or so.
And that makes no sense. That $30 could be spent on gas. You know how high gas is.
Sense? Are you broke?
I'm not broke, but
you don't have any money.
I have money. My parents gave me money. I've got money.
Your parents?
You know my parents gave me money. Oh, we've got money.
Okay, but I'm just saying, why are you acting broke? Because anybody oh my God, nobody says budget. That is like that is so hood.
That's not ghetto.
That is so hood.
That's not ghetto. You're being ghetto. You're being ghetto right now.
Budget?
You're being ghetto. You act like a thug. and I need you to get it
Oh my
together.
God, I am
all right?
so not a thug.
Well, you're a ghetto.
You
right now.
saying
You
budget
get
like
nails
we
done like the
broke?
people. You get nails done like the people.
We are
I'm just
not
saying,
broke.
I'm not broke. Me and my
We
parents
are
have
not
money. My
broke.
trust fund is intact. Okay. First of all, you're about to freak me out. Okay. I need you to stop. I need you to get your life. Karen,
Come on.
Karen, I need you. You're about to freak me out. Jeez.
All right.
Jeez Louise.
Can I get $30 to fix my nail?
All right.
All right then.
Oh my God.
And there you have it.
I don't know. who they
Sip
were.
and spill.
We just created that. I hope you guys didn't offend anybody. Listen, Power 104.9. I don't know what you guys think about that. Power 104.9 because it's a very, very delicate era we're living in. Power 104.9 WSTV. Mitchell and Mitchell Sip and Spill. We are getting it cracking, getting lit. Every week we're on the air. Every day you find us a show. Please subscribe, like all media platforms. You see us everywhere. Follow us everywhere. We're on TikTok. We're doing these characters. These characters right here are newer characters. We introduce them. I have to work on my dialect and my diction and all that kind of stuff and certain verbiage. So we ain't got that down pat yet, but we'll get there. Just stay patient. Please be patient with me.
And
God is
our
not through
infamous
with me
characters
yet.
that you all, just to tell y'all who they are, we have June and Jaquisha.
Oh, wow.
We have DJ EJ Swag.
DJ E-Swag.
DJ E-Swag. We have KK, which is June's best friend. We have Dr. Mitch and Dr. K, who y'all about to see right now.
What about Dan and Dr. K?
And there's a Dan. There's
Dan.
an acronym for that I'll let my partner explain that. Not the biggest fan, but he does exist. He does exist.
So
we haven't done Mitch and Dr. K, but I'll let him tell y'all who Dan is.
We'll do Mitch. So Dan is a
We're
character.
Gonna do Mitch, yeah.
Yeah, Dan is a character that if you haven't seen, let me go back and watch. Look for Dan interviews, Dr. K interviews Dan on YouTube, and you will see who Dan is about. Dan is in honor of the late great Kevin Samuels, Kevin Samuels 2.0. Okay. So that being said, that could be offensive to some people. It might be uplifting to others. Wherever you stand in the spectrum, Dan is there to help you out. Either make your day or break your day. Either way, your day gonna be done. Something gonna be done.
Oh my God.
So and Dan is an acronym. I'll let you guys figure it out based off of the content that you see him. He's in another one. I think Dan talks about women's hair and heavy women.
And
right?
heavy women, yes.
Yeah. So he has
no filter.
He has opinions about all of those things.
Yes.
Dr. Mitch. Dr. Mitch is a little similar to, it's kind of close to he's a little similar to
who? Which character?
Eduardo. He's a little similar.
Yeah, but he got his own swag because he knows a lot of different celebrities. But Dr. Mitch is just like Dr. K. Let's go there. We're going to talk in theory of what we do for a living.
Okay. Let's talk candidly.
Okay.
What's up, Dr. K? How you doing, girl? You been
How
good?
are you, Dr. Mitch? How are you?
I've been good. Sometimes I find myself low key. I'm being dead ass. I find myself needing in the midst of therapy sessions want to yell and scream and tell them to get the hell out of my office. I'm so serious. And some of these people,
too?
I think they come in to just fool with me. So many people come in like, oh my God, I got depression. Oh my God, I feel like what is this thing with every freaking kid under 20 is freaking suffer from depression? I know we did our research.
They got a bipolar, ADHD, or something.
They have bipolar, ADHDism. Something is going on. Everybody is in their feelings, and I can't take it. And oh my God!
Well,
we didn't grow up that way, Dr. K. You know that. Like we were for real. We were not sheltered, bro. Real talk.
It's a different time and age,
right.
And we have to meet people where they at, and plus, it keeps the money coming for us.
Well, it keeps the money coming from us. My clientele, though, sometimes they, I feel bad for them because they don't really do none of the work. They ain't doing it. I really tell them, I swear to God, it's therapy plan. And they act like it's the first time they heard of it.
Right.
I'm like, did you do the thing? What's that, Dr. Mitch?
Right.
That's the same thing I told you for the last 3 sessions.
And then for me, I just have they just want to come and talk to me anyway. Like I got this client named Dan.
Oh, I heard about that
God.
dude. He was on that show with you.
Sit up and talk to me. I have charged him quadruple, and he still want to keep coming.
What is this thing with him? Does he think he's attracted to you or something? I think he's got some sort of fetish, bro.
No,
some people have.
He just feel like I'm the only, woman he could talk to understand him.
Wow, and that can go a long way. That's actually a big deal.
But he
When
gets
people
on
can,
my last nerve as a
right.
therapist.
That's a big deal when
He
somebody
puts
can
me
talk to you.
through.
When somebody can talk to you and they could get through to you and they can feel your response and they can feel that you care about them or that type of thing. That's a wonderful thing.
Yes,
So
it is. Yes, it is.
I I don't know. I'm not saying I need a hiatus, but I do think sometimes I need to do a sabbatical of some sort because sometimes
Yes, yes, you
and I
do
love
need a vacation, Dr.
yeah.
Mitch. You
Well,
need a vacation.
I'm talking about like a sabbatical. Like a vacation is one thing, but I'm talking about like going through meditation, do like weeks of like. So we got our therapy session that we do, which is cool. But then
Right.
I'm talking about go to like some like Fiji island or something.
Oh, okay. So
Like
you
for
need a
real.
7-day retreat.
No, no, no. I said sabbatical. You keep talking about 7 days, girl. When I say sabbatical, it could be a month, 2 months. It's like how people go to Africa and
I
they
ain't
don't.
missing my money.
No, no, no. We still build because I have my subsequent. We have our us, our people that's not. So we got. I
But
got.
I got some hood clients, Dr. Mitch, and sometimes, they out there making that bag and they come see me. On the rim. If it's one of them bad days, I'm charging, 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
So
and that happens often.
right, it does.
You know
it
what I'm
does.
saying? I'm getting a whole new house built in Georgia, and I need to be able to secure my bag.
Right. Okay, so listen, I'm with you on that. I'm gonna go ahead and but I would take my sabbatical. Do your thug this. I hear you. Do your thing. My clients not so much. I ain't got those kind of ballers or whatever. These people paying to their insurance. Our insurance is pretty good, but
Ooh.
I gotta take my time out. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna call. I'm gonna call you. We're gonna check it out. I'm gonna let you know what happened when I come back with sabbatical. We're gonna go on. We're gonna be
a month, huh?
a month.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's Dr. Mitch and Dr. K, guys. Listen, if you just tuned in, Power 104.9 WSTV, guys. We're gonna go ahead and log it on off, guys. We appreciate you guys. Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill. We appreciate you guys. We love you. We like you. We want more of you. Remember, on the show, tune in on all our platforms. You tell them what they are real quick. One last time, Miss Kimmy Kim.
Our platform, we're on IG Sip and Spill 2022.
Boom.
We're on Facebook, Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill Group.
Boom.
On Facebook. Then we're on YouTube as Mitchell&Mitchell Sip and Spill.
Boom.
Our email is Mitchell22@gmail.com. There's no way, no how you can miss us. We easy to get in touch with.
Listen, guys, we like you. We want you. We appreciate everything you've done for us. The guys has been rocking with us from day one. We'll never, ever forget what you guys have done for us. Go with us on the journey, guys. We're on the journey. You got to always remember, you don't rush to the destination, but enjoy the journey, because on the journey, all these trinkets, all these nuances, all these blessings, all those things you grow as a part of the journey. It makes you better, it makes you appreciate every moment. Okay, so guys, while we're on this journey, we appreciate you. We thank you again. Like I say all the time, I like you, we love you, and we always want more of you, which means we want you to see us, talk to us, chime in, tune in, and listen on the show. It's been real and it's been fun, but it's always, every time we do our show, every time we connect with each other, every time we talk with our family and our fans and our friends, the people that get down with us, good Lord, it's always, don't ever get it twisted, people. It's always. I don't care what I say, what I do, what happened today, tomorrow. I live by this. It's always Power 104.9, Sip and Spill, Mitchell&Mitchell's always real, Mickey, Ficky, fun. We out, peoples. Love you. Talk to y'all soon.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.